And welcome back to the IPF World Championships here in Calgary, Canada. For the 83 kilo class, six-pack Lapidat, Canadian head coach, or part of the coaching staff, Matt Goldsmith. And this is the heavily hyped 83 kilo mat. Everybody remembers the big John Hack, Bret Gibbs of 2016, possibly the most heavily hyped showdown IPF has had ever since we had live streaming. Now, John Hack was Joey Flex's monster that he created and let loose on 83 kilo class. And now we have Bret Gibbs versus Joey Flex's latest creation, Russell Orhii. Orhii at the U.S. Nationals was unofficially breaking world records, and it's heavily hyped here to see what he's going to do. His first appearance at the World Championships. What do you expect?
Well, I think basically right now what we have is it's Bret Gibbs' contest to lose. We're relying on Gibbs being completely healthy and to be able to make all the squats. Sometimes he has had a little bit of depth issues here.
And that really is one of the big questions here. And Joel Larder, 215. And he hits the board. And that's one of the big questions there is Gibbs, having taken an injury and well-publicized all over Instagram, all over social media, people are talking about it, if he's 100%.
Exactly.
And anything less than a 100% Bret Gibbs is not going to beat a phenom like Russell Orhii. Russell Orhii's rise to the top. I mean, first appearance, U.S. Nationals, it's a win. And here we are at the World Championships. Edgar Alfonso of Colombia. 220 kilo loaded on the bar for him. Oh, wow. A bit more effort than you'd anticipate from an opener.
Yeah. Very slow on the way down. Pretty slow on the way up.
Pretty slow all around.
Almost like he's tempo squatting down.
Yeah. I mean, he does.
A little bit too much. Maybe he lost a little bit of tightness there, or he's just kind of a slow lifter. Or is a poor temp selection.
He stayed tight, elbows under the bar, upright, but didn't really give himself any room to grow, really.
Exactly.
And 225 kilo for Jonathan Baptista of South Africa. This is just one flight in 83 kilo class. Oh, nicely done.
There we go.
And that's more what you'd expect from an opener.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what you want.
You're not looking to have too much grinding. 9 lifts is a lot of lifts. If you're grinding on your very first of the day, there's no way you're going to grind through all 9 of them.
No, you are not.
And end up where you're expecting to.
The bar is loaded for Saeed Sadat, Iran. 235 kilos on the bar.
235 for Saeed Sarif of Ireland. What are you thinking about the depth there, Matt?
Might be a little iffy. Imagine it gets 2 to 1. Oh, no. 3 to 1.
They're not going to give him away up there. The head ref actually thought the knees weren't totally locked.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
that's what it was, that little bobble right there.
Yeah.
They locked and unlocked.
I think 2 refs actually gave depth. The head ref actually seen the knees, but take your pick. It was an untidy lift. He's going to have to do it again. Adam Jones of Singapore. 237.5 kilo loaded on the bar for Adam. In a race that's we're thinking going to be as tight as this is going to be, Gibbs and Orhii cannot miss in the squat event.
Yeah.
particularly Orhi, who's going to use the squat event as a base to jump upon. Now, that looked a little high to me, too. And if you're looking to test the judges, you're going to be sad.
Exactly.
They are not going to give them up. Take a look here. Yeah, wow.
The bar is loaded for Jacob Scarab from Slovenia.
237.5, Jacob Scarab of Slovenia. And we've had 2 misses in a row. That looks good for depth.
There we go. Really gets those knees out.
Yeah.
A lot of tension there.
Waiting for those lights. Eagerly anticipating, keeping him, keeping the lifter
One of the
guessing.
side refs really has to.
Yeah, his clicker's not working. He's clicking it. I can see him.
Slight technical difficulty here. Maybe someone forgot to plug them into the charger.
Might swap that.
IPF technical director, Honey Smith. Going to...
As if people's nerves weren't rattled enough
there we go.
for the openers at the World Championships. Oh, the next guy up's got to be a wreck. 3 white lights nonetheless. He can finally breathe a sigh of relief backstage. And 245 for Jurens Kengabu of Great Britain. And the British team has been pretty solid so far, these World Championships. Yeah, that's going to be on the line. Looks good to me. We'll see what the judges say. Okay, 2-1. So they also thought that's on the line, and that's about as high as we're going to accept. 255 for Owen Hubbard, and when Owen hits the platform, he gets pretty riled up. Mr. Excitement, here he is. Came to bring it for you. Depth is there. Very smooth.
Excellent opening attempt there.
And that's got to build a little confidence for Owen. Alexi Koosman of Russia, former world champion in the 83 kilos. 20-year veteran. Opening with 265 kilos.
He's been competing for 20 years. He is from Russia, 265.
Hubbard won the 83 kilo class as a junior. Obviously, Gibbs has won it, and Koosman's won it. And Orhi, the hot prospect on the move, is breaking world records on a national level, so they're unofficial. Some world-class lifters here in the 83 kilo class. Definitely got depth there. And 265 move for him. It was a bit more of a struggle than some of the other gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah, right about there.
All 3 of these opening attempts here are the same weight.
It's going to be tight. Fatah Tubal of Algeria, 275 kilo. We've seen Gibbs and Orhi in action before. Both of them have been super hot. Both of them had cool performances.
Yes.
What's going to show up?
Exactly.
If one of them's hot and the other's cool, anything can happen. If they're both hot, we got a neck-and-neck, toe-to-toe affair. The pressure is on because you just can't miss. Fatah from Algeria. Looks good on depth. Slow but consistent, no sticking points.
Yeah, no, that's a really nice spot.
and 3 whites. He's happy with it. So are his coaches. Now here's Russell Orhe. Heavily hyped coming into this.
Yeah. So now, Bret Gibbs on openers. His total is more than Russ's right now. So since Bret is also going after Russell goes, all he has to do is match each of Russ's attempts and keep pace with them to continue building those subtotal.
The problem is when squats and you're trying to match Russell Orhe, you might overextend. Let's see who blinks first.
606 pounds.
This will be a good indication of where Orhe rests today. He doesn't look concerned at all with this. Oh, wow.
Nice.
And that was smooth and easy, like it could have been done in the warm-up room.
Excellent first attempt here.
Just like you said, if you're chasing Orhe and he might be the biggest squatter in the world,
Yep.
and you go toe-to-toe, what if he tips you past so you miss your third? Now you only have your second going towards your total.
Exactly.
That's the risk, and that's the excitement of
Exactly. No one can make a mistake here.
it. And here Bret is. Speak of the devil. They're coming out one after another.
275 kilos on the bar. Come on, Bret.
And the American coach could be overhead saying, hit the high number, he's on. So they like what they saw with Orhe's opening lift. And Bret answers back just as smoothly.
Nails it.
The battle is on. 3 white lights. You better hit the high number for Bret too, because he's on as well.
So Russell jumped 15 kilos, so now we get to see if Gibbs matches that.
And the chase is on. Does he want to, how deep a water do you want to follow Russell Orhe when it squats?
Exactly.
When you're Bret Gibbs,
Yeah.
maybe all the way. Edgar Ramirez of Colombia, 225 kilo for his second attempt. And everybody in the crowd is chattering at what they just saw. You see people bringing out calculators and debating. Slow. Oh, look at those elbows come in. He keeps the back tension.
There. Oh
Well
my
played.
goodness, that is a tremendous grind.
Yep. I want to see if his depth. It is.
Yep.
Good for him. It's right on the line, but it is. Actually, he got a yellow card. Let me take a look at that. Yeah, it was depth. Oh, his knees were kind of shaky. 227.5 loaded on the bar for Joel Larter, of New Zealand. New Zealand's got 2 lifters. They're going to be picking up a lot of points in the 83 kilo class, I can tell you that. Fast descent. Catches it well. Fair squat.
Good quality second attempt there.
Yep. It feels like we've had a lot of big showdowns in the IPF lately.
Yeah.
There's always 1 or 2 divisions everybody's interested in.
Yeah.
And damned if Bret doesn't find himself in the middle of these battles.
Every single time.
Yeah. Everybody's watching. He's got to be used to the pressure. Now, someone who's not going to be used to this kind of pressure will be Russell Orhe, although he looked none bothered by it in his opener. Smiles.
No, yeah.
Very calm, cool, collected.
A lot of confidence there.
Mature beyond his years. Keep in mind, not only is Russell Orhe a rookie to this level of lifting, but also a junior.
Yeah.
Hats off to him. Jonathan Baptista of Republic of South Africa. Very deep. Wow. 235 kilo, handled it well. And a nice 10 kilo jump. Take another shot there. Very deep. When he gets close to the max weights, I don't know if he wants to go quite that deep. But he's telling the judges, I squat deep. No need to scrutinize. The Iranian coming back out for 235. Missed this on his opener. Getting a lot of encouragement by the Iranian coaches. Yup, that looked a lot better.
There we go.
See what the judges say. 3 white lights, and he's on the board. Little bit of an adjustment. You got to stay calm, cool,
exactly.
collected. You got 3 attempts. It may not have been to the script, but how often in sports do things just go exactly as scripted in your head?
Not very.
Not very, sir. 237.5 by Adam Jones of Singapore. Also missed his first attempt. Also looking to get on the board and in the action. And Bret Gibbs and Russell Orhe staying toe-to-toe, both attempting 290 for their second attempt. Oh, that was pretty nice.
There we go. Excellent.
Yeah, 3 white lights. The judges got to
There we
agree.
go.
And everybody got their invitation to the party. Time to get down. 252.5 for Gerrans Kenjamu of Great Britain.
252.5 on the bar. His second attempt. Bar is released to Chief Referee Arnold.
The Brits have been pretty bang on with their attempt selection so far at the Worlds.
On deck is Scarab.
Not making many mistakes and getting the most out of their lifters.
Yeah, no, they've been pretty good these past weeks.
Just because you load the bar with it doesn't mean the lifter can hit it. You got to stay within his means and get the most points out of him you can.
Exactly.
Oh, might be
So
you know what?
A little bit slower than his last one.
Slower and
On the way
possibly,
down, I should
possibly
say.
higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if there was some issue, maybe he cramped up after his first one there. And
He
then-
looked considerably slower, didn't he?
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's not going to cut it. He's
Looked
got
like
another-
there was an adjustment made for whatever reason. And that adjustment did not pay off.
Scarab of Slovenia, 252.5 kilo. A decent jump for him in the second attempts.
Yeah, 15 kilo jump here.
Depth.
Nice.
Yep.
Didn't really get stuck anywhere, so that's good.
Nope. And I even saw there's a little bit of movement on his back mid-squat.
Yeah.
But whatever gets you past the finish line, you can see right here his hands are jacking around underneath, but bar path was on.
Lost his upper back there for a second and had to throw his elbows under.
Owen Hubbard,
Another 15 kilo jump here.
15 kilo jump. He handled his opener quite easily, and this guy is going to get all types of hyped up for this one.
Very emotional squatter.
Yeah, very emotional lifter all around. Cool as a cucumber out back if you talk to him. Total opposite on the platform. Approaches the bar like he just found out the worst news and wants to take it out on it. Depth. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
He knew it was a good squat. Got a lot of fans in the crowd.
Tons of power in there.
3 white lights for Owen Hubbard, and he's got a big bench press. Look for him to cover a lot of ground in the next event. He's just got to keep it as tight as possible in the squats, pick up his kilos in the bench, and hope to hold on in the deads. Alexi Koosman of Russia, former champion, 20-year veteran, 2 decades of competing behind this man. There's a lot of attention on 83 kilos. He can handle it. 275 loaded on the bar. And whenever you see a lifter and Russia is written across his singlet, expect he's going to be in the game and a contender. He is not an also ran. Deep squat, too deep. Stuck with the bar like a seasoned vet should. Good catch by the spotters. It was just a stitch too deep. I think we had mentioned in his opener.
He just bottomed out.
Very deep opener, but that's really
got
deep.
Thrown forward there.
Yeah. You want to get a bounce, but
Yeah.
you go too deep, you're going to release tension, and the bounce is going to be uncontrollable. Fatah from Algeria, 287.5 kilo. And this is a rather heavy squat. His profile says 93 kilo class. We're obviously in the 83s, but that would tell me he had cut down.
Yeah. Curious if he cut down to try and take a crack at that squat record.
You know what? I'm a little curious myself, but Russell Orhi has showed up. That's going to be a tough task.
If Two Ball does go for that squat record, it may be interesting because one of the other two competitors may get a little greedy, decide they also want that squat record.
Wow. And you know what? The Algerian is turning into the Algerian nightmare for Russell Orhi and Bret Gibbs if they want that chip from the world record squat. And a new contender has emerged.
This chip is also going to be very important because we can assume Bret will try and get a chip on the bench, and it's very likely that he will. So Russell really needs to make sure that he gets a chip on this squat.
You gotta believe picking up the chip in the squat was all part of the plan for the Americans. You don't want, worst case scenario, Bret being the only one who picks up a chip. And for those who don't know what a chip is, it's a 0.5 increase, and it forces your competitors to jump up the full 2.5 instead of matching you.
Now this is where Orhi is at the disadvantage because he's always going to go before Bret in the squat.
He's got lot number and heavier. He's got a couple disadvantages his way. A chip's going to help. It could be something. He needs an advantage, and here he goes. 290. So calm, cool, and collected.
Big breath, pulls those ribs down.
Whoa! And that was a smooth 3 white lights, and Russell struts off.
Yep, I don't think there's a single change in facial expression.
He has not changed a facial expression yet. Does this man have ice water in his veins or what? With the world watching, this junior is taking it to the seasoned veteran Bret Gibbs. But be sure, Bret is also a hard man to rattle. Enough of these Joey's Flex proteges stepping up. He's ready. 290 on the bar. Tit for tat, back and forth. Neither man gonna give ground. And Bret Gibbs answers right back. Huge squat, 3 white lights. Neither man blinks. And if you were wondering where the Algerian rests and if he was going to attempt to take that chip, well, guess what? 302.5 for his final squat attempt. Russell needs that chip. Were the Americans anticipating that chip might not go their way and go to the Algerian? This might be the monkey wrench thrown in their plans. Going to have to see.
Yeah.
227.5 loaded on the bar for Ramirez from Colombia.
Now both Gibbs and Orhi can still put in 300.5 or 301, but then that will leave it up to the Algerian to decide if someone's getting a chip or not. Oh.
Nope. And here's the thing. You don't want to be... Look at that. They both put the exact same attempt in as if they're standing side by side when they made the decision. No. Little heavy. Nice catch by the spotters and loaders. Luigi's been on point.
Yeah.
All world championships. And if you're going to have somebody spotting and loading with these boys throwing around those weights, you want Luigi to be your backpack. Now, Orhi and Gibbs, the exact same weight.
Yeah. Now, this is very smart because Gibbs is leading on that projected total right now and on the subtotal. So all he has to do is continue to match Orhi, and that subtotal will stay higher. So he never actually should be in a position where he's overextending. He only ever has to match. And the same with the bench press. He only needs to match the jump that the U.S. guys make.
235 for Joel Larcher of New Zealand. It's a fight, but he gets it, and it should be good for 3 whites. Now, here's where the drama comes in, Matt. I hear what you're saying. It's making perfect sense, but he's got it squat 298.5, and he came into this well-publicized injury, and 298.5 is no cakewalk if he's 100%.
No, it's not. It's a record for a reason.
The best laid intentions. Set your plans. Proof is in the pudding. Jonathan Baptista of Republic of South Africa, 242.5, loaded on the bar for him. Looking to go 3 for 3.
Easy, boy.
Big breath, tight. No. Whoa, wow.
Oh, and he caught it.
Let me eat my words, sir. There might. Oh, he got the rack command before he stumbled, so that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Little down up. What do they say? Yeah, you know what?
No.
It breaks my heart to say because he showed a tremendous amount of heart for it, but there was some down up.
Yeah.
He still has the heart of a lion. He doesn't have
Came
a white.
up, dead stop. Yeah, there's that little bobble. Oh, what a fight.
Oh, yeah. Well, this should still. He should still be proud of this squat nonetheless. It would count in the gym, but not at the World Championships. And Sade from Ireland, 245 on the bar. 10-kilo jump. The raging Iranian coming out. Missed his opener, came back, hit it, jumping 10 kilo. Likes a nice wide grip. Oh, I don't know if they're going to like his. Yeah, becomes a
Yep,
moot
that was
point.
a good catch.
Very good catch. Like I said, Luigi's on point. The rest of the fellas on the platform are on point. They've been on point all week. Will they need to be called to action for either Orhai or Gibbs or Tubal? It's the big question. Jurins Kengamu of Great Britain, 252.5, loaded on the bar for him. A rare miss by the Brits. Looking to right that wrong. Yeah, he's taking this one a whole lot more seriously, isn't he?
Yeah. Get a little bit more aggression.
And it matters, believe me.
Yeah. See if he comes down a little bit faster. Comes down a little bit faster, I'm assuming whatever he had to do that for. There we go.
Oh, a little untied.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm worried about depth, though. Handled it better, but depth. Oh, wow,
there
they
we
gave
go.
it to him.
Yeah, so I wonder if he did kind of cramp or something afterwards.
Because he did buckle even
Yeah.
here. He buckles to one side, so it looks like he might be dealing with some issue, but all's well that ends well, and gets 252.5 on the board in his last squat. Now 255. Sorry, he got 252.5. Now 255 on the bar for Adam Jones of Singapore. Misses opener, came back, hit it. Now trying to build on that momentum into his final squat. Singapore well represented at these World Championships, and they will surprise you if you haven't scouted them properly. Depth. Oh, it's a scrap. It's uneven, but I think he locked it out. And look how far his left side tilted. Really loading up that left hip. Makes it a lot harder to finish. Look how crooked that one gets at 1 point. I thought for sure he's going to lose it. Stuck with the bar.
Nice. Excellent,
finished
excellent
it.
third attempt.
Yep. I don't think he had too many more kilos in him. Jakub from Slovenia, 257.5 kilo on the bar for him. Has not missed yet. Wants to continue that trend and go 3 for 3.
20-kilo spread here from his first to his third.
This will be a personal best. Can't think of a better place to do it. It's depth. Oh, just a little too much. And Luigi with the save. I told Luigi, you've had a couple good hits. You got to put together a highlight video, buddy. Some nice catches at these Worlds. That's one of them. 275 for the former champion, Alexi Koosman of Russia. Missed this in his second attempt. Looking to retake that. Gain a little footing he had lost.
Just got to keep that tightness in the bottom, not bottom out.
And he went a little too far low.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep tightness the lower you get.
Yeah.
But as a 20-year veteran, I'm assuming he felt it and understood. Better, much better. Nope.
Nope.
And it becomes a situation of weight. Definitely cut a little higher, deep enough.
Yeah.
But when it's too heavy and gravity kicks in, yeah, he definitely
You
adjusted.
see those knees bobble kind of right when he tries to transition there.
Yeah. As a veteran would, he made a little adjustment.
Yeah.
And here comes Owen Hubbard. And of Great Britain. Owen pacing like he's about to pick a fight with the weights. Here comes the bad news. Gives a sniff at the bar. And Hubbard is going to dig deep for a 277.5 third attempt. We're off into the 600s now. Expect Hubbard to be good for a fight if it comes his way. Oh, and he's smiling.
Fast.
He knows it's a job well done. And you know what? It wasn't as big of a fight as he had needed.
No, it wasn't.
3 whites, and he's plenty fresh moving into the bench press. Take another shot at this.
Got so much drive there through the hips.
He had anticipated a tussle, and sure, it was effort, but we've seen him grind him out. That was no grind.
Russell Orhi is coming out with an open world record.
And Eric Helm, Joe Stanek, Bryce Lewis.
The bar is loaded, says Hyman.
Handy, we got some people in the crowd here enjoying the show. 298.5 kilos on the bar for Russell Orhi, a junior, about to squat more than any other man has at an IPF World Championships. This is where we thought we would be. We've made it here. He needs to send a message to Gibbs right now. If he's going to build his total, this is where the base of which he's going to stand on is going to be built.
So if Russell hits this, Gibbs will automatically go to 299 kilos.
Oh, it's depth. It's a fight. Whoa, wow. From a smile to all business, and that's 3 white lights. Look at the unclasping of the belt with some sass. You've seen him start.
Yeah.
Watch him hit depth. Throws a smile.
Yeah.
Turns into a business face right there. And he finishes it. A world record for Russell Orhi.
Gibbs going automatically here to 299 kilos. If he gets this, he will take away that chip advantage that Russell has.
And the tension is thick. 299 kilos. And Bret Gibbs, it is so, how integral is it for Bret Gibbs to hit this right now?
Very. He needs to keep building his subtotal, and he needs to take that chip away from Russell.
He cannot allow Russell to have that kind of advantage right now. He understands what's on the line. There's Kelly Breton in the crowd. He's been here before. Not again. This time he answers back.
Very fast start command there, very efficient.
Whoa! And he's happy with that move. Smooth was a depth. It's good! And Bret Gibbs fires back with 299 kilos. Back-to-back squats, and I gotta say, Bret is strong today.
So now Bret takes this chip advantage away from Russell, and now we'll see if 2-ball takes that chip advantage away from Gibbs.
Bret wants all the chips today. He's feeling hungry and greedy. 2-ball from Algeria. wants 302.5 kilo loaded on the bar, and Two Ball wants to send a message, do not overlook me.
15-kilo jump here.
And Gino, happy to see the 666 up there. Mark of the beast. 3 world record attempts in a row for us today. We're not done the squat event, and already we've lived up to the hype. A new contender has emerged, and he represents Algeria. Oh, not sure it's low enough, but he gets it.
Goes up.
Plenty strong. See what the judges say. No, yeah. I got to be honest. I said it. I thought it was a little high.
Yeah.
And you can't give away world records
No.
based off of momentum and crowd applause. We're going to be over here, sir. And look, did it live up to the hype, my friend?
So far, yes. They're both 3 for 3. Literally separated by half a kilo on the squats here. That's it. That's
You get no closer. Half a kilo separates them. 3 world record attempts.
Yeah.
And we said you can't miss if you're going to be in a hunt. Neither one of them missed.
No one missed yet.
Now we're entering the Bret Gibbs territory.
Yeah.
He's looking strong. He's looking hot right
Yeah.
now. But Russell Lorhigh is a big puller.
Yeah.
And it's going to come down to attempt selection.
Yes.
We know the U.S. team, the Garys, have
Yeah.
done all their scouting reports.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, it's not who's strongest.
Yeah.
It's who strategizes.
Exactly.
Do not miss this. We're going to take a 19-minute break. You don't want to go anywhere. The action is going to pick back up in the bench press.
First off, I just want to say one quick thing, folks, if I can have your attention. This is not why she's up here. She's up here for somebody else. She doesn't know I'm going to do this. But this young lady has worked every day, 16 hours a day since the beginning. And let me tell you, let me finish. You know what she does after she goes home after 16 hours? She goes home and washes all of that laundry until 2 o'clock in the morning every single night so they have clean clothes. On top of all of her responsibilities here. Give me a round of applause for Renee. She didn't know I was going to do that, and that's not why she's up here. She's up here, ladies and gentlemen, because there is a guy who has also stopped his own business. If you work for yourself, you have your own company, you don't work, you don't get paid. All right? No more changes, lifters, no more changes to your openers. You don't work, you don't get paid. For 2 weeks, he stopped his own personal business. He's new to the sport. He wants to try powerlifting. He has spotted and loaded every single day for 2 weeks straight. His name is Luigi, and Renee would like to present him with his own singlet so he can start powerlifting. Luigi, please come up here. Good luck, Luigi. We hope to see you on the platform.
So we're going to pick back up here at the bench press event. You know, I didn't know Luigi was going to get that award when I was saying they need highlights of his greatest catches. This guy's really been killing it the whole day.
No, exactly.
But the action here, we were just talking in the crowd. Everybody is talking about what they just saw.
Yeah.
The toe-to-toe battle between Orhi and Bret Gibbs. Wondering whether or not Gibbs is 100%. Look 100% to you?
I think he's on. I think he's on today.
Yeah, and he's going to have to be. Now, what do you expect to take place in the bench press event?
What I expect to do, and what we in the Canadian team would do, is we would look at each of Russell's jumps that he makes. So if he makes a 10-kilo jump on his first attempt, we would take our jump and we would just match it. We would just go up 10 kilos, and we will just copy everything he does to keep building that subtotal.
And at what point, so some people were discussing, is 200 kilo an ambitious opener for Bret Gibbs on the bench press?
We haven't seen him bench too much lately, so it may be. I would hope not. I would hope that they put in the most realistic numbers possible, because that's what you need to win a world championship, realisticness. So it may be too heavy, but I wouldn't imagine that they would put in a wrong number.
And that's where we're going to have to find out. 200 kilo opener for Bret Gibbs. If he's bitten off more than he could chew,
exactly,
and he's setting himself up for 3 grinders, could be a game changer.
Yeah.
Going to have to wait and see. Now, Adam Jones of Singapore is going to be our first lifter. Not to be overlooked in the bench press event, by the way, is Owen Hubbard, also opening with 200 kilo.
Yeah.
Heavy for Owen?
I think that may be a little heavy. I know he did have his opener listed at 205, and they did pull it down to 200. So it could have been 205 was the ambitious, and 200 was realistic.
Yep.
Bars loaded.
And Jones from Singapore going over the handoff. You're going to want to do this each and every time you go out there, because if you think they're going to memorize you with all this kind of excitement and how many faces they see in the day.
Yeah, no.
Better be safe than sorry. You got a minute. It's a long time to set up.
Good speedy opener there.
Yeah. And looking at the projected, speaking of Owen Hubbard in that monster bench press of his, he's going to cover a lot of ground.
Yep, exactly. In theory, you should be good for probably a 20-kilo spread, assuming they're going for a standard 10% spread overall.
And he also, for the first time, getting some huge 277.5 on a squat.
Yeah.
Really big for Owen.
That was very good for him, yeah.
talking about lifters that are on, Owen might be forcing himself onto the podium. 130 for Jacob of Slovenia. Nicely done.
Now this is also where this high level of competition, where whoever makes a mistake first, so if Russell does end up making a mistake on the bench press and drops, you know, maybe 10 kilos here, that does open up that door for Owen, and it turns away from it being a battle for first place to Russell being forced to defend his silver medal.
Yeah. He does not want to give ground. When a race is this tight, you just can't make any mistakes.
Exactly.
You do one trip up and somebody's on you and looking to surpass you. Jurins, Camus of Great Britain, 142.5 loaded on the bar for him.
42.5 kilos.
Looks good.
Which is good. Local bar for Joel Larder, New Zealand, 142.5.
142.5 being loaded on the bar for Joel Larder of New Zealand.
Lars Logan, New Zealand.
And based off of the Algerian squat,
Yeah.
which was surprising for pretty much everybody. I mean, extremely strong.
Yeah. Now,
A
there's-
250 opener for dead. Does
Yeah.
that surprise you?
Actually, it does, because his opener bench before this bench started was 150 kilos.
And now it's 170.
So he added 70 kilos.
20
to-
kilos.
Yes, 20 kilos
yeah,
here. So I think
Good bench there, by the way.
we may be having an interesting little development here.
I'm not sure about this. Algerian is
Yeah.
question marks all over him. A
Yeah.
man of mystery.
Yeah.
Nobody's seen him coming in the squat by a stitch high, and if it was
Yeah.
just a stitch lower, would have broken,
Yeah.
shattered that squat
Yeah.
record.
By the speed of that 302, I genuinely can't imagine he has a sub 600 deadlift.
It would be almost inconceivable, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
And what kind of a shock would it be if he comes out of nowhere to surprise us?
It would be.
I dare I say, take the gold. You just don't know how to call it.
Yeah.
155 for the Iranian.
Things just got a whole lot more interesting.
Nicely
very
done.
speedy here.
Not only did the scouting reports miss him, but coming in with his openers far lower and right before the event starts,
Yeah.
switching them up
Yeah.
on the bench by 20 kilos.
Yeah.
Nobody changes their bench opener by 20 kilos.
No.
It's interesting.
This is kind of one of actually the very interesting things that coming from a country that doesn't necessarily have the best categorizing and scorekeeping for all of their meets, is there's no data on you going into a big meet.
Social media silent,
exactly.
and nobody scouts you. You know, if we're having this conversation, 157.5 for Jonathan Baptista of South Africa, and that moves nicely. You know, if we're having this conversation,
Yeah.
the New Zealand and U.S. team right
Yeah.
now are back having the same conversation.
Exactly.
They seen the same bump by 20 kilo on the bench.
Yeah.
They see his 250 deadlift,
Yeah.
and they're telling themselves there's no way you're deadlifting
Exactly.
250 for an opener.
Yeah.
From Algeria.
170 for Edgar Ramirez of Colombia.
Lars Logan.
We have drama, we have suspense, and it's turning into a bit of a mystery story here. Nicely done.
Same weight, rocks 8 and 6.
Which is
3 white lights.
All right, so here's our mystery man here.
Okay, so originally 150, now taking 170. Just 7.5 kilo behind Russell Orhe.
Yeah.
Let's see how he handles this. If this moves like an opener should,
Yeah.
I don't even know what to think about this.
Neither do I.
I believe neither does anybody outside the Algerian camp. Did they know who they were bringing to this? Because he is right in the mix, opting to take the blocks. Not a very big setup on the bench either.
Nope.
Flat backed with blocks. This guy intrigues me. Oh, wow.
Cool.
And moves 170.
Yeah.
Flat back with blocks under his
Yeah.
feet. Look at that.
It's a little slow off the chest, but other than that, it was fairly steady. So
Yeah, it was an opener for you. Did anybody see this gentleman coming? Alexi Koosman from Russia. Now here's somebody a lot of people would see coming. He's won the world championships himself, 20-year veteran.
yeah,
Finds himself in the midst of one of the most anticipated battles of the world championships. 175 for his opener. Nicely done. 3 white lights, and so far, nobody's fumbled the ball on their openers.
Russell Orhe, 177.5.
And up next, Russell Orhe, looking to get himself on the board.
Come on, Russell.
Here he comes. He seems to be in no major rush to get to the platform. He is calm. He is almost a little too calm.
40 seconds here on the clock.
Yeah, we're at sub 40 seconds. And Russell, for a guy his age, is handling the pressure and the spotlight so calmly. Oh, wow. And to say he has something left in the tank is to say the least.
Yeah, no, excellent opening attempt here.
He has so much room to grow off that opener.
Got one call for his butt coming up there.
I did not see that,
But
but
a little bit of pop.
there's a
but
pop. But
I think he did a good job keeping it down.
here comes Bret Gibbs, and back-to-back Bret Gibbs and Russell. Expect it all day.
Yeah. So Russell here has made a 7.5 kilo jump to 185.
And I think you should have that. Some people were asking, is Bret opening high? We're about to find out. 200 kilo, 440-pound opener. And that's quite scary if you're in the American team.
It's an excellent opening attempt here.
And that's the weapons Bret Gibbs brings to the table.
Yeah.
You got a big squat, but he's got a big bench.
Coach Angus there signaling what he wants to put on the bar for the second attempt here.
And here's Owen Hubbard. He went toe-to-toe with Bret in the squats.
Yeah.
Hubbard looking to go toe-to-toe with Bret in the bench. The classic Hubbard setup. If you haven't seen it before.
Really getting high up on those shoulders.
Yeah. Wow.
Excellent second attempt there.
And struts off the platform with a smile. Whoa. Did not like getting a red.
He just coached the finger wave there as he walks off.
Perfectionist he is. He wants 3 whites when he's doing his craft. Reloading bar to 135. Not a whole lot of takeaways there because nobody really struggled with their
I think these are all
openers.
pretty good attempts here.
Sometimes you get a little bit of news. Someone struggled a little more than you thought they should have. I guess the biggest takeaway is the Algerian is still puzzling us. Adam Jones from Singapore, 135 kilo load on the bar for his second attempt, 10 kilo jump. Well done.
Which is good. Jacob.
137 being loaded on the bar for Jacob of Slovenia.
Bar is loaded for Jacob Scarab. He's a PhD student. A PhD student.
Up 7.5 here.
Slovenia.
Good second attempt there.
Yep. Left himself a little room to work with. It's going to be interesting to see if how much room to work with or he will have, because he really wants to try to cover some ground here.
Exactly.
Quick heads up, Bret Gibbs, 209 kilo for his second attempt. That is a world record attempt. And Owen Hubbard matching him with 209 kilo for his second attempt. But Hubbard has the lot advantage and weighs lighter. He's got all the advantages on Bret that Bret had on Orhi. 147.5 for the Brit. Gerans.
Good second attempt.
And he also gets it. Nobody's missed a bench yet. So we are about to see our 4th and 5th world record attempts.
Yep.
Lots of action in the battle of 83s. Joel Larder of New Zealand, 147.5 on the bar for him.
Benching here in his deadlift slippers. Nice press command.
Yep. Not holding them for any particular reason at all, just if it's stopped.
Exactly. As long as the bar's motionless. That's what these guys are getting.
Hate to see just a random 2 count just for the sake of it.
Exactly.
And South African Jonathan Baptista with 165 kilo loaded on the bar for his second attempt. You know what?
Nice. A little bit of a fight there, but
we haven't seen any major grinders yet.
no, not yet. Everyone's making very, very good attempt selections here.
It's like being in the midst of a race this tight. All coaching staff has really raised their game.
Yeah.
I'm interested in hearing how the Algerians picked their final squat attempt.
Yeah.
Seems kind of random, 302.5.
Yeah.
There was no chip on there
Nope,
for
no chip.
down the road if you need a chip. Just kind of a random number. I'm not sure about that, but got a lot of questions. The Iranian 165 as well. Whoa. It paused.
Get a little bit up and down there. We'll see if they caught it.
Fair enough. 2 out of 3 is good enough.
Let's see on that slow-mo. Stop. No, I guess that's just a pause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't clear anyways.
Just got a little bit out of the groove.
177.5 kilo for Ramirez of Colombia. Another solid bench.
Nice. Excellent second attempt.
And nobody is missing yet. We're starting to get to the top 5. And you would think none of them are going to miss either. Because if one of them does, it really opens up the door.
Exactly. Algeria here with the 7.5 kilo jump. See how this one moves.
Fatah Tubal of Algeria, 177.5 kilo. Taking the blocks, laying down flat.
Yeah, just
And we'll get his
flat
lift
backed here on the blocks.
Yeah.
Medium grip. Just this is a bodybuilding bench press.
Yeah, it's from the last squat attempt to the bench. Uneven, but the raw power behind this man.
He's got like a small lat issue or something. Maybe that right lat's just not clicking all the way in.
Yep, a little untidy, a little uneven, but he locks it out. And the former champ, Alexi Koosman, 182.5, representing Russia. Trying to hang as close to the pack with the young guns as he can.
Yeah. 182.
Top 3, all born in the 90s. Koosman in the early 80s.
Early 80s.
But he's not ready to be pushed out just yet. If he can hang tight enough and someone makes a mistake, he wants to make a move for that podium. Nicely done. And there's 3 white lights. Russell Orhe, 185 kilos loaded on the bar for him. We're up into the 400s now. Russell looking for his handoff man. Russell's been really working on his bench press.
Yeah.
He knows that was his weakness coming into this, and he's worked really hard to improve on it. And looks like he has based off of that.
Second attempt here.
Yep. 185 was pretty good. And Bret Gibbs, who for years has been the #1 bencher in the 83 class, looking to push his world record just a little bit further to 209 kilo, chipping his own record. Crowds rallying behind him.
Now, this is the first time Bret hasn't matched the jump from Orhe, and has gone up 9 kilos to get this world record.
What do you think, Matt?
Good. That should be good. There we go.
What do you think about the bar speed and how much more he's got left?
I think that's pretty good. I think going to like 212, 213, probably be around top end.
Now we're going to have to see how Owen Hubbard handles this. 209.5.
Automatically getting bumped up that 0.5 since they're following each other with the same record.
This could be a rather short-lived world record when the very next guy is going for it. And Hubbard, I believe if he hits this, is having the day of his life.
Yeah, I agree.
He had a huge squat and toe-to-toe with Bret Gibbs on bench.
Yeah.
He was not capable of this in 2016 during the John Hack Bret Gibbs showdown. He has improved greatly in 2 years if he could pull this off.
Absolutely murdered his first attempt. So we'll see what this one looks like.
He did. He kept pace with Bret on the opener. And I believe he's going to keep pace with Bret
Really
on the
pulling
second.
those ribs to the bar. Gets so much spring.
Oh, wow. You know what's got to be said?
Yeah.
It might have been a little smoother than Bret's.
I agree. I think so.
Owen Hubbard, 209.5 kilo, and takes that short-lived world record from Bret. And Bret Gibbs moves to 214 kilo in Owen Hubbard matches.
Yeah.
Toe-to-toe action in every single one of these disciplines. And Orhi 190, the Algerian 182.5. Now Adam Jones of Singapore, 140 being loaded on the bar for his final bench. It's one thing to put the weight on the bar. It's a whole nother to move it.
Exactly.
Somebody misses. Things get shooken up.
Good. Got stuck a little bit, but
Yep.
pushes
through
it back.
And he gets 2 out of 3. Goes 3 for 3 in the bench. Jakub Scarab from Slovenia, 142.5 kilo on his bench. And here's a stat we don't often see in the Worlds. Not a single missed, and we're already on the 3rd round. Everybody's really picking their attempts well.
Yeah. Usually at this level, someone gets a little greedy. Jumps up a little too high.
You paused.
And it was,
you paused
it was not Jacob.
Admit you paused. Okay, there you go. You didn't let me finish. Yeah, I mean, especially with the type of pressure in the 83 class.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, you're pushing each other because it's such high competition, and somebody's just going to be pushed too far.
Yeah.
The fact that everybody's keeping it this tight makes it so interesting. Duran's Ken Camus from Great Britain, 152.5 kilo loaded on the bar for him. 5 kilo jump. The British team doing a great job with attempt selection. And it continues through the bench.
Same weight, 7 and 5. Same weight, 7 and 5.
Joel Larder from New Zealand, 152.5 kilo loaded on the bar for him. Also looking to go 3 for 3. $5 jump. And judging by how 147 moved,
Yeah, this should be pretty good.
should be in his wheelhouse.
Just got to push it back. There we go.
And a well-selected attempt again. See, looks like all the coaching staff, they're pushing their lifters right to the limit, getting every last kilo out of them without tipping over and getting greedy. And it's not as easy as it sounds. Is that right, Matt?
No, it definitely is not.
There's so many intangibles, especially when you think about the travel these guys had, the time zone changes.
Exactly.
And then you also have the seeing how you could possibly nudge up ahead in the rankings just by 2.5 more kilo.
It's very alluring.
Just 2.5 more, it sounds like.
Very, very alluring, too.
It's tempting. It's
just
alluring.
Get that little bit extra advantage maybe on my second attempt. I'll bump it up. It'll be good. It'll work.
Yeah, I feel good today.
Sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Turns 50-50. The Iranian, 167.5. 2.5 kilo jump from the second. Oh, wow. And he is not going to be the first to miss. 3 whites again.
Nice third attempt there.
And the spotters are turning into solely loaders right now on the platform. Jonathan Baptista from Republic of South Africa, 170. South African taking a 5 kilo jump.
$5 kilo jump here. 7.5 on his last one. Got to push it back. Got to push it
Oh,
back.
no.
Gotta
Might be
move
the
it back.
first one.
Oh, no.
Ran out of steam just at the lockout.
Yep.
And with the speedy ad off the chest,
Edgar Alfonso Ramirez. He hails from Colombia.
the Colombian Ramirez with 190 kilo.
From Colombia.
Loaded on the bar for him, a 2.5 kilo jump.
Bars loaded for Colombia.
This will push him into the top 5. And the top 5 of one of the most stacked 83 kilo divisions we've seen at the Worlds.
Got the shakes going on the way down. Squeezing that bar. Just got to push it back. Get on those triceps a little more. And there we go.
Yeah, that's a nice push.
Tremendous amount of patience.
Yeah, sticking with it, never quitting, getting the 3 to trade that silver for the gold,
Yeah.
pick himself up.
Spotters and loaders triple checking here that our chips are accurate.
Double checking, triple checking. Owen Hubbard. He just told him, look at your lift off last time, bang on, give it to me again. Where's the world record going to? New Zealand or Great Britain?
Owen's really got to make sure he gets a lot of that tension, really pull those ribs up to the bar just like he's been doing. He needs to get that pop off the chest. Nice.
And the world record is going to Great Britain. 3 white lights.
Excellent.
Owen
Excellent
Hubbard.
bench press.
Massive improvements since 2016.
Look at all that green up there. There's only one red rectangle. This is a quality competition. There's a lot of green up there.
Well, I mean, we had promised, look at only 1 miss.
Yeah.
We said the guys at the top can't miss.
exactly.
It turns out nobody seems to be missing
Nope.
today. It's what's the expression? High tide makes all the ships rise.
Yeah,
Never
exactly.
more true than right here.
Exactly.
I don't think any of us had anticipated Gibbs would not walk away with that world record. How shocked are you that Hubbard came in there and took it from him?
Actually, I'm not super shocked. He came in. He tried to hit 211 last year, and then so putting that up by 4 kilos, I don't think is too much of a
Yeah.
stretch.
Certainly having the day of his life.
Yeah, no, I think he's doing tremendously, and I think if Russell potentially maybe doesn't have a good day on deadlifts here, Hubbard is definitely sitting here in the wings.
And who would have thought that that could be a possibility? Any more reflection on the Algerian? A little surprise on his bench technique and how raw power he's showing?
Yeah, just very flat backed. We do have we have a very famous Canadian, one Leon Brown, who's formerly held the raw record. Bench is basically the same way.
Yeah.
On blocks, flat backed, no leg drive at all. Don't need it.
A complete contrast to Owen Hubbard.
Exactly.
But the raw power is there nonetheless. Listen, we're going to take an 18-minute break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have the dramatic conclusion, kick up in the deadlifts. Quick shout out to our sponsors, Alico SPD. See you in 18. Okay, so welcome back to the IPF World Championships in the Battle of the 83 kilo six-pack Lapadat, Matt Goldsmith. And I said I'm intrigued by the Algerian.
Yeah.
And I said I don't know what to expect.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Algerian had originally put in a 250
Yeah.
kilo opener on his deadlift.
Yeah.
What is his deadlift opener now, Matt?
He bumped up his opening deadlift 45 kilos to 295 kilos.
295 kilos. This is a guy coming in on nominations in 7th
Yeah.
and now threatening to take
Yeah.
the podium. And we have absolutely no
Yeah.
idea. Is 295 a big ask, or is that going to be a joke for him?
We have no idea. Absolutely no idea.
And I know the New Zealanders, Great Britain,
Yeah.
U.S. coaching staff are
Yeah.
all looking at each other with question marks.
Yeah.
Don't know how to play. If you're a coach,
Yeah.
and you are, but you were back there,
Yeah.
what do you do when you see this kind of moving around?
You just gotta be on top of your numbers, on top of the scoreboard, and then continue with your game plan. Maybe make some adjustments to make sure that you are protecting your medal, since he is now 8.5 kilos behind Russell.
Which is, you can see, he's
Yeah.
in. Russell could get bumped,
Yeah.
and it could turn from Bret Gibbs and Russell to
Yeah.
Bret Gibbs and the Algerian.
Yes, exactly.
Just like that. This is why, I mean, the action's going to heat
Yeah.
up. They have 2 changing attempts on
Yeah.
their final dead, and guaranteed the coaching staff are going to be jockeying around for position.
Exactly.
Here we go. Starting off, 237.5 kilo for the South African Jonathan Baptista.
His loading bar collective. All the fellas sitting right here. They're beautiful shots of the competition. The bar is loaded for Jonathan Baptista. 237.5 kilos he has in the Republic of South Africa. He's an airplane pilot.
And he just solidified his total. Keep in mind, anybody who broke world records, and we got a couple gentlemen now,
Yeah.
need a total
Yeah.
so that those world records stand.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting, based off of their opening weights, anybody to miss. But
No,
we
it should
have
be fairly
seen,
straightforward.
yeah. But we have seen disaster strike. So
Yeah, we have.
we'll wait until it comes into play. 245 for Joel Larder of New Zealand. Looks good. 3 white lights. The Iranian taking 255 for his opener.
Sits down there, pulls that slack out. Kind of gets caught by the weight. Oh, no. He got caught by the weight as soon as he pulled the slack
He
out.
looks like he's got an injury to
Yeah.
his back. And he might be facing elimination if he can't pull this round. He is
Yeah.
definitely dealing with something.
Yeah. Something just kind of stopped firing.
Yeah.
Which is not,
And he
not a
can't
good thing.
even
Hopefully it's just a cramp, but
It looked like he couldn't stand fully
yeah,
right.
exactly.
Owen Hubbard. From Great Britain, 262.5 kilo loaded on the bar for his final attempt.
Check.
Very smooth.
Speedy opener there.
And Hubbard is going to keep his bench world record.
Yeah.
$265 for the Colombian Ramirez.
That's loaded for Edgar.
A little bit of work.
Yeah.
Not sure how much room he left himself to spare.
Yeah, that was a little bit slow.
It's going to be a pretty small jump from there to his second and third attempts. But he's got his total in 270 for the Bret Gibbs Ken Camus.
There's loaded.
Jordan's eyeing up that bar here.
Wow. Yeah. He is really focused on that bar. I've not seen this kind of a setup in quite some time. Or ever, I should say. Double overhand hook grip. It produces results.
Yeah.
And that's the name of the game. 2 whites. Not sure why he got the blue. Do you see? Oh.
It's a little bit of wobble there.
The bar is loaded for Jacob.
270 for Jacob Scarab of Slovenia.
This is top end here listed at about 295, so 270 on paper is a good opener here.
270 on the bar.
Yep. But we're starting to find out by the Algerian, don't
Yeah.
believe everything you read on paper.
Exactly.
Slovenia. Adam Jones, Singapore, 275.
Adam Jones from Singapore, 275 kilo for his opener.
The bar is loaded. Here comes Adam.
Another
That
good
was a
opener.
really nice opener here.
So barring injury, I
Yeah.
think most of the lifters are going to be getting their openers and
Yeah.
second attempts. It looks like the national team coach has really got the attempt selection dialed in.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Iranians dealing with some kind of injury, so that's a game changer. There's Joey Flex with his latest protege unleashing his monster on the world scene, 285 kilo for his opener. And this is the type of stuff Russell Orhi takes for reps. And that was very smooth. And this guy is all types of jacked.
Yeah.
3 white lights,
Good opener here.
290 kilo for Bret Gibbs. And once again, they're going right after each other.
New Zealand, 290 kilos.
Bret looking to protect his lead. He's also got a couple world records in play.
Yeah.
You see the smirk on his face. He knows he's having a good day.
This is the deep lift. Deep lift.
Smile's gone and Bret's means business. Wow.
Nice. Casual opener here at 290.
That was extremely casual, and it was 290. I don't know if I've ever seen Bret moving 290
don't
like
think
that
so
in
either.
competition.
So now Russell has gone up 10 kilos. So we'll see if the New Zealanders match that.
This lift should take him 20 kilos over
And
the African record.
I guess it's got to be said, we'll see if Algeria handles this well and where they'll end up.
Yes.
Didn't think I'd be
This it takes him to 765.
scouting the Algerians in the deadlift, but they are right in the mix.
Yeah.
This is Fatah Tubal.
I'm really wondering how smooth this is going to move for him. Wow, look how slowly he drops it down. You know, he's not as refined technically as Gibbs or Orhai.
Yeah.
But strength-wise.
Yeah. Just brute force.
If it was a measurement of just brute force, this guy has it in abundance. And just gently lets that weight down, never releases the back tension. Alexi Koosman opening with 305, and Alexi has hit 322.5 last year. Alexi has a monster deadlift in him.
Yeah.
Easily his sharpest sword he's got as a weapon. Looking to cover a little ground, and it's not out of the question. He's going to catch up and find himself on the podium as well. Look how easy 305 just moved.
I think he's got a lot of room to play here.
It is literally anybody's game here in the deadlifts. 252.5 for Jonathan Baptista.
Nice 15-kilo jump.
This would be a personal best for Jonathan. I'm being told, although his profile disagrees.
Jonathan Baptista, Republic of South Africa.
Nice pull, definitely worked.
Yep. Liked his lockout there. Look from my angle, it might have been a little iffy, but no, on the side angle, it's good.
And look at that, Alexi Koosman, 317.5 kilo for his second attempt.
Yeah.
For our North American friends, 700 pounds. And that's the second attempt. We got some monster pulls coming. And he's really covering some ground quickly. It might shock some people to force himself onto the podium, but he's got stern opposition. 260 for Joel Latner of New Zealand.
15-kilo jump here, fairly aggressive. Looks like it's pretty good. Oh, he might have had an up and down there, right?
It's going to be close. His body certainly shifted. I don't know if the barbell did. Nope. Two whites.
Through maybe a little bit of an aggressive jump, but
Just
got it anyways.
Just an update. The Iranian will not be coming out for a second attempt. He had missed his opener. Definitely does have an injury. Besides that, everybody looks very on point, dialed in. $275 for Ramirez of Colombia. Oh, just a little heavy.
Yeah, his opener was the one we were talking about being a little heavy earlier.
Yeah.
10-kilo jump was probably a little aggressive.
Yeah, he didn't really leave himself a whole lot of room. Owen Hubbard also going to take a go at 275. And Owen is getting fired up again. Oh, look at this. Stomping his feet like a bull coming at it. And he's got a nice deadlift on him.
There we go. Oh, he's holding his hand. Maybe he
Yeah,
might have
I seen that too, and let's hope
callus or something maybe.
he held it long enough.
Yeah.
Now watch the
See,
hand grab
yeah.
immediately. Listen, Owen's a tough guy,
Yeah.
and if anybody can muster adrenaline to make the difference, it's him. And look at this setup. Now he's smiling and creeping up on this weight. I love it.
Just one hand this time on the paper.
Yeah, he's progressing.
Yeah.
He's progressing into what we're not sure. We'll have to see on the third lift. 280 for Ken Guma from Great Britain.
Speedy off the floor and just got to kind of sit with it here till he locks out. There we go.
Look how long his arms are. Those are deadlift arms.
Yeah.
When you can scratch your knee without leaning down. Check out him flaunting his reach. Hips come through, shoulders come back. Deadlift complete. 287.5 for Jakub of Slovenia.
Pretty big jump here. It's 17.5 kilos.
Yeah, it's a sizable jump. Now we got his opener, so he afforded himself this. And he handles it well.
It's that nice hip bump there.
Yep.
That was a really nice second attempt.
I have to agree with you, sir. Maybe not a 17.5 jump for his last, but definitely covering some ground quickly. Adam Jones of Singapore, 292.5 loaded on the bar for him.
Singapore, 292.5, Adam Jones.
Jones here absolutely smoked his opener.
Oh, that is such a smooth deadlift.
Nice. Excellent
Rocked
second
back.
attempt.
Yeah, hips come forward, weight comes up. No slowing down, no sticking points. Great to lock out the shoulders back and the hips forward. 295 for Russell Orhe. An even 650 pounds. And if he hits this, he's already surpassed the total he put up at the Arnold Classic earlier this year. With another deadlift to go. Now 285 moved very nice for Russell. Shall we flex eyeballing the weight?
Russell needs to hit this to solidify his silver medal. Both the Algerian and Owen, have put in second and third attempts respectively to surpass his current total.
He's being threatened. And it looks good.
Good second attempt there.
Yep, the bar slows, but he never gets pulled out of position. Take another look at this. Hips just keep coming forward, and he pops at the top. Explosive, strong. And it looks like he's got quite a bit more in him. You got to think it's going to be a pull right at the very end. This is an African record for Fatah from Algeria. 305 kilo being loaded on the bar for him. It'll put him into first place with Gibbs also attempting 305, but Gibbs is a little bit heavier. So the Algerian, if he hits this, pushing the first, and only the Russian can nudge him off. And I'm interested in seeing how he moves 305. Smiles to himself, almost like he can't believe his good fortune today. Things are really going his way.
Let's put a little bit more aggression into this first one here than he did on the... into the second one than he did on the first, sorry.
Hips so high.
Pop it up. Really slams those hips through at the top.
Yeah, he just pops those hips.
It's almost like
right
he kind
through.
of like shrugs it up like he's trying to do a power clean.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's take a look at that replay where his
What are we
shoulders.
looking at here? Pops. Now his coach is going to protest.
Yeah.
The jury is.
Yeah. You get a white light and you're allowed to protest.
Oh,
and
the jury is getting up. They are going to talk to the refs. So, but we'll update you on that later.
I think they might overturn it. Now, Bret, 305. This is a world record total if he gets this. Oh.
Nice. Absolutely destroyed
And
that.
look how easily Bret Gibbs sets that down on class. He's not even close to his end.
Yeah.
8:18. Now the question has to be asked, can Bret finish with 827.5 and be the heaviest man in IPF history to have a 10 times body weight total?
I think at this point, it's only 7.5 kilos he needs?
7.5 kilos on the deadlift.
9.5 kilos, sorry.
He's going for it.
He goes over it anyways.
He's going over. If Bret gets his last pull, and that's a placeholder at this point, it can change. He might be the heaviest man in IPF history to total over 10 times body weight. And by the way, the Algerian got his deadlift overturned, and it is now good. 317.5 for the Russian.
Nice.
And that's 3 whites.
700 pounds should. A little bit shaky there, but the speed was actually pretty good.
All eyes on Bret Gibbs chasing a historic 10 times body weight in the 83 kilo class. And the Algerian, for now, has 310.
Yeah.
And that's only 3.5 kilo away from Russell Orhai.
Yeah.
You got to think they're going to go up.
This is a good example of why having that chip is so advantageous. Because Algeria would now have to go up an extra 5 kilos to surpass Russell's total here with just his second deadlift.
You heard us talking about chips. It's half a kilo. You can only go up 2.5 kilo increments unless it's a world record.
5 kilos onto your top end. That's pretty risky.
That could be what breaks him. A little too heavy, 267.5. And Joel finishes his day with 647.5. Baptista from South Africa is going to take a go at 267.5. And you got to think the Algerian is going to load up enough to try to attack.
Oh, just on principle, you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But having said that, will Hubbard and Koosman go after the Algerian's bronze?
Yes, exactly. The Algerian also needs to be in a position where he's defending his bronze medal as well.
It's hard to cover that many bases at once.
There's a lot of risk assessment you have to decide here.
Do you settle and protect the bronze?
Yeah.
I mean, I got no idea what the Algerian's got in the tank. I don't think anybody does except for him. Jonathan Baptista, and maybe not him. 267.5 for the Republic of South Africa.
Close it up. Nope. Hips just came up just a little too high.
Yep. And 275 will be loaded for the Colombian Ramirez. So what do you think, Matt? Did Gibbs come in here injured or not?
You know what?
That was a loaded question, sir.
He may, in fact, be healthy.
I think he might have recovered.
I have an inkling.
Right up until yesterday or today, earlier today, people were wondering, is Gibbs 100%?
Yeah.
Everyone knows he had that big tear on Instagram.
Yeah.
Wondering if he'd be 100%.
Yeah.
Well, if he's the heaviest man to total 10 times his body weight, and he's not 100%, my God, what's he capable of when he is 100? Here's Ramirez from Colombia, 275. Missed this on his second. Looking to take it again on his third. Stalled at the knees. A little too heavy for today. He'll finish with a 670 total. And 285 being loaded on the bar for the Brit. Taking a 5 kilo jump. I am really interested in seeing how he approaches the bar for this one. Camus. He refuses to reveal himself until he's ready. And here he comes. Stalking the weight. Getting a good eye on it.
Yep, left hand was on the board now.
Left hand. He switched hands now. First double.
This is our evolution. Yeah, double, right, left.
Evolution of the deadlift setup. Oh.
Put a little bit more aggression into this. Just needs a little bit more speed off the floor, and you should be good.
5 kilos should be manageable.
Just gotta lock it out.
No.
Oh, no.
just a little too much, but
Yeah.
he's had a huge day today, had very few misses. Going to finish with a 685, obviously very respectable deadlift, total on him. Look at that. I think if he got it over his knees, he would have been okay.
Yeah.
And our second Brit, 285, will stay in the bar for Owen Hubbard. This deadlift will move him, if temporarily, into the bronze medal position and put the pressure on the Algerian and the Russian to try to force him off. And Hubbard is all types of fired up for this one. Pulling for the bronze and establish himself on the podium. On aggression alone, Hubbard's trying to break the ground with this.
Yeah. Good.
Whoa.
Just needs to hold it.
And he does it.
He
Owen
smoked
Hubbard forces his way into contention for that bronze
That was
and walks it off.
amazing.
Showstopper.
Amazing third attempt.
Beautifully done. And the crowd just went crazy. He's celebrating, and that could be the bronze medal.
Yeah.
To be and not to be. Owen Hubbard is to be.
292.5 for Jacob of Slovenia.
Jacob Scarab, Slovenia, 292.5 kilos. Come on, give Slovenia a round of applause.
This is a pretty big deadlift.
Slovenia's second year in the federation. And they're on the world
Slovenia has only been in with the IPF for 2 years, already making an impact, and that's a very good deadlift.
And the lift is
3 white lights, and Slovenia making an impact early.
Now we come up here to Russell, where they've dropped his third attempt, 5 kilos. This is to make sure that he can really defend that silver medal.
Yeah, that gold is definitely out of reach
Yeah.
at this point. Bret is looking to do something nobody's done. The heaviest 10 times body weight total. So Orhi, 300 kilos even, 5 kilo jump,
Yeah.
and his second attempt, consistent but work.
Yeah, so 5 kilos is a very, very safe bet. I think this is definitely in the tank.
I think it's probably the best move to make.
Yeah, and it's gonna put
Defend
him
that silver.
just out of reach there.
This is something that he has hit many times in training. And he's pulling. It's a fight at the knees. Just a little heavy. Gives the thanks to the crowd. Shakes hands with the judges. Finished with a 783.5 total. Slight improvement from the Arnold.
Yep.
World record in the squat. Finally had a chance in an international competition
Yeah.
to get himself a world record, and he did it. And we have an attempt change by the Algerian. I'm assuming it's the Algerian because he was about to go, and the attempt change came in.
Yeah.
No, is it?
Oh,
It's Koosman?
Singapore here.
Well, the Russian and the Algerian are going to threaten for the bronze, and I think Orhi is safe in the silver, at
Yeah.
least for now. Outside, some kind of a Hail Mary pass. And Adam Jones of Singapore with a 302.5. It'll finish off the podium in total, but looking to make some movement in the deadlift event.
He's had a really, really good deadlift today, so.
Yeah. Now he's been really on point technically, strength-wise, hasn't been overly tested, should have the energy.
Yep. Nice.
Oh, wow.
Smoked
And
it.
he knows he has it. 2 whites, it's all he needs. And Singapore making a statement in the 83 kilo class. Now the Algerian 307.5 kilo loaded on the bar for Fatah, 2-ball.
307.5 kilos.
And if he hits this, he's going to push Owen Hubbard off the podium and take his bronze medal.
He is looking to shift ahead by a half.
It's only 2.5 kilo more than the second attempt. What do you think?
Yeah, I think, again, just 2.5 kilos. I think this is going to be a pretty good shot for that bronze medal.
Now, the 305 he hit earlier definitely took a little out of him.
Yeah.
But the crowd has really rallied behind him as a favorite here. Almost an underdog favorite.
Yeah, no, it's a
He's going to have a lot of support. And believe me, it makes a difference when you have a crowd cheering you on. Get a little adrenaline behind you. If he finishes in a bronze medal position, shooting up, he was a 7th nomination, and he finishes on the podium. Not many seen him coming. Oh, wow. Oh, just that lockout. A little too much. If 305 was his limit, he may have done something a little closer, a little lower in between.
Yeah.
Now, Bret Gibbs, 317.5 kilo. The gold medal is around his neck, but now he's chasing history. He will be the heaviest lifter in IPF history to ever total 10 times his body weight.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Well, here he comes, gang. 317.5.
Another fact, despite winning the World Championships, never got to see himself on that gold. Eager. Bret's got a smile. He doesn't look very concerned right now. He knows he's having the day of his life. I would not bet against them. The crowd is on their feet. And Bret Gibbs does it. The heaviest 10 times body weight total in IPF history goes to Bret Gibbs, the greatest 83 kilo lifter of all time. Far too young for a Hall of Famer, but I'm sure he's a first balloter. And there was Taylor Atwood, who earlier today had won the world title, and his mother and father watching on.
The current world record is 325.5.
And we're going to be blessed with another world record attempt. Alexi Koosman is going to attempt to break the world record with a 327.5 final lift. 325.5 is the current world record in deadlift. This would be a 10 kilo jump from his second, which we thought moved well.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Alexi.
And not only that, to add a little more meaning to this lift, it'll put him into the bronze medal position, which currently is Owen Hubbard's. If you didn't need more drama. So this is a very important lift, the single biggest lift in 83 kilo history. History's being set here at the World Championships of 2018. Nope, just a little too much. Cannot fault him for going for it. He had the opportunity with the world watching.
We're going to get out the medals in just a few minutes now. That's Arnold record. We'll be giving out the medals.
And there you have it. Bret Gibbs, I mean, this is one of the biggest showdowns we're all anticipating. Some of the knockers on Bret Gibbs would have said kind of hot cold when he shows up to the big meets.
Exactly.
In the past, people have said, I mean, Bret, on a good day, could be the strongest 83 of all time. On a bad day, very vulnerable. Today, he became the first man this heavy to ever total 10 times body weight. 830. I mean, that's an absolutely insane total.
Insane.
And push back the charge of Joey Flex and Russell Orhe. Now, Russell, I believe, has totaled 797.5, but, I mean, he was reaching.
Yeah.
We don't know about the water cuts and the travel.
Exactly.
79.5 was a local meet.
Yeah.
So it's a little different when you do a little bit of international play. But how about Owen Hubbard
Just
finishing on the podium?
Yeah, no, exactly. I don't think anyone really saw that coming. Really came from behind, put together a phenomenal day, went 9 for 9, and actually that's what 9 for 9 gets you.
I was just about to say, I think the fact that he went 9 for 9 while lifting in 2016,
Yeah.
he was falling behind there, stayed even with Bret in the bench, and even took him.
Yeah.
And Bret Gibbs previously was the greatest bencher of all time.
Exactly.
In the 83 kilo class. I hope you guys enjoyed the battle from Uplift, Alico, and SBD, Six-Pack Lab at Matt Goldsmith. It was a hell of a show. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have the medal ceremony, and, of course, the action picks up tomorrow. See you later.
platform by Matt Bowen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, handing out the medals for this session, we have two distinguished individuals. First off, a big round of applause for the new president of the African Powerlifting Federation, Musa Messamor. Give him a round of applause. And ladies and gentlemen, the president of the International Powerlifting Federation, Gaston Barrage. All right, let's go to our first category. 83 kilo weight class open category in the Scott, the bronze medal winner, hailing from Algeria, Fatah Tougal. Silver medal winner from the United States of America, Russell. And the gold medal winner, hailing from New Zealand, a big round of applause for Bret Gibbs.
All right, boys. 1,
Photos.
2.
Hold on.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you, gentlemen. You may step back now. Let's move on to the bench press. Bronze medal winner, United States of America, Russell Orhe. Silver medal winner, New Zealand, Bret Gibbs. And the gold medal winner, hailing from Great Britain, Wales, to be more specific, big round of applause for Owen Hubbard.
All right, fellas.
Photos.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you, gentlemen. Let's move on to the deadlift. Deadlift now. Bronze medal winner from Algeria, Fatah Tougal. Silver medal winner, New Zealand, Bret Gibbs. And the gold medal winner on body weight with a pull of 317, hailing from Russia, Alexi Koosman.
All right, fellas. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, gentlemen. You may step back now. Moving on to the total category. The bronze medal winner, hailing from Great Britain. A big round of applause for Owen Hubbard. The silver medal winner, a big round of applause for USA's Russell Orhe. And ladies and gentlemen, the gold medal winner and new world champion, totaling more than 10 times his body weight, never done before in the 83 kilo weight class, from New Zealand, Bret Gibbs. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for New Zealand's national anthem. gentlemen, please step back in the line. And George will give us some exiting music while Matt Bone will escort all of our athletes off the platform. Audience, please give them a continuous round of applause.